Good everyone, I'm just here because I was looking online for how to make a wraparound template for pipe in general, and I'm going to help you all do that. We're going to be making 3 templates. The tools I'm going to be using is a pencil, tape measure, even though you'd rather use a stick rule because it'd be a lot easier with a stick rule. Hopefully you have your Pipe Trades Pro calculator and your Pipe Data app. And of course, you're not going to be pulling these numbers out of nowhere, so we will be using these handy dandy scale right here for this one, the 45-degree lateral. And this one for the 90-degree saddle. Provide pictures so you can look at it for yourself for future references when you have to make a saddle if you're doing this kind of work. So after you make your length, which would be 14 1/8, you divide that into 2 to get your center line, which would be 7 1/16. And then to get each one, because you have to make 4 different boxes for each one of these. So to get the spacing that you need, you go 14 1/8 divided by 4 inches, and you will get 1 3/4 inches, and that would be the space in between each line.
They're telling you how their folks did you. You understand? And you sit up there and pay your money. Okay. Okay. We need to be doing the same thing here, family. Where are all the people who need jobs? See, we got a lot of these homeless black people out here. I'm gonna give y'all some game here tonight. Because there's a lot of black people out here. Listen, you got black folks out here who need jobs, you need some extra money, or you just need a career, whatever. You know what you can do for extra money, guys? Because there's so much money out here to be made. Black people, especially if you're a foundational black American, in all of these cities around
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you got all species of 8. Now we go to our handy dandy whatever this is called. Now remember, we're making a saddle for this 4-inch on 4-inch. So we're going to go back to our riser be 4-inch. Then we're going to use these 2 dimensions right here. So we're going 4-inch, 4-inch. And remember, we're going to use this pattern. 1, 2, 1. You're going to the center. 1, 2, 1. And you can see the 1, 2, 1 thing right here. So this would be 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Let's get started. It's going to be $40 per person. You walk with me, and I'll give you a walking tour around the French Quarters. You make a couple $100 a day. No startup money, nothing. Just on your lineage. You understand what I'm telling you guys? That's easy money. 1 1/4.
We were filming down in Louisiana. We were filming in the French Quarters. I saw white people doing walking tours. When we shot buck breaking, we were talking about, because we shot a lot of buck breaking down in Louisiana. And we were in the French Quarters showing the
I'm just making dots in there so I can make a little, because I'm going to show you how to make the wave. See, I'm in the center, move over, go up 1/2 inch.
He has a van, he has a car. Now, if you have a car, that's another level. You can get your car and drive people around. But
1 1/4.
you don't have a car. You can just do a walking tour. A car, that takes it to another level. My brother Aaron does that down there.
And back to 1/2 inch. All right, and it's best when you do this, you follow the wave pattern. You can also do this, because this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna follow this little wave pattern. So you make these little lines here. Bow.
And there was a brother there who was giving a walking tour about certain hidden monuments and things around the city.
So you just bring them up to the dot.
If you're foundational Black American, you need to be doing the same thing, especially if there's a historic area in your town. Where my Birmingham people, where I live, where I grew up, where's my Birmingham people? Birmingham, Alabama. If anybody is from Birmingham, raise your hand in here. Raise your hand if you're from Birmingham, Alabama. If you live in Birmingham. I know the area. I haven't been in Birmingham in years, but listen, down there, 4th Avenue, 16th Street, over there where A.G. Gaston used to own a lot of stuff.
All right, you see that? So now we're gonna sketch. I'm okay at sketching.
Baptist Church, where they bombed it over in that area. You need to be. Hey, my name is Kenny Jenkins, foundational Black American, descended from the people of the Civil Rights Movement. I'm an authority on this because this is from my lineage, and I want to give you a tour about what's happening or what happened here in Birmingham. Give you some historical significance about Birmingham. Over here, my foundational Black American family, there was a bomb that harmed some of the people from our lineage. Over here is where Dr. King marched. Over here is where they had the Freedom Riders. Over here is where A.G. Gaston, one of the richest Black men at the time, he owned these buildings here. Montgomery.
And that, my people, is how you make a saddle on. So you can you're gonna cut this out. You're gonna wrap this around the pipe. Make sure that, because these are our little tabs. Because don't forget, you want to make your little inch or so for your little tabs. You cut this part right here out. Then you wrap it around your pipe. Take a torch. You chalk it out. Take a torch it out. Bow. There's your 90-degree saddle for a 4x4 pipe, a 4-inch pipe. Good day. Now we're getting ready to just mirror what I did here, because we're getting ready to do the 4x3. Because remember, on our other cutout, we're gonna go 4x3, and then our final one will be this one, but we're gonna concentrate on this one, 4x3. So what do? We already have our dimensions already from this one. So now we're just gonna use these dimensions, because we're still doing that 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. So here we go. Okay, the 4x3 is finished. As you can see, it's significantly smaller because obviously we're going from a 4-inch to a 3-inch, and so here we go. And now for our final template, we're gonna make for the 45-degree branch line. We're gonna use this one. We're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna go back to our, and this is the line we're gonna be using right here. We're gonna be cutting out off of this. So we're gonna be going to a 3x4. As you can see on this chart right here, we're gonna be using, this is the 3-inch riser, cutting out for a 4-inch. So these are the dimensions we're gonna be using. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember we were talking about that? So we're gonna get right to it. I'm gonna cut it out for simplicity, but it's exactly the same. Remember, for step 1, we're going to take the pipe outside dimension, which is going to be 3.5, times it by pi, and we're going to get 11 inches. Go to your handy dandy Pipe Trades Pro calculator. I'll have the video imposed in between here so you can see how it's done, and that's how I got the number 11 even. Remember, you want to go up 2 inches so you can have space to wrap around to the pipe. The spacing for each one of these will be 1 3/8 inches. So I'll show you how to get to that with your Pipe Trades Pro. You'll type in 11 inches divided by 8, and that's how you get 1 3/8. Okay, now that we have our lines, remember we're going from a 3-inch riser to a 4-inch riser, I suppose you would call that. So our first dot will be, actually our first dot will be 3 1/16, because remember, on our diagram, remember on our, did I trick it off? Yes, it did. Remember, our diagram goes 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So remember, our first one will not be 1, it will be 4. So our first mark on here from a 3-inch riser, it will be 3 1/16. We're finished with our 45-degree lateral template for our cutout for our project, and this is what it is. And remember, when you cut this out, you start over here. Unlike on our 90-degree lateral, you start from the very end. On our paper, you see, you start here, 3 1/16. This would be 3 1/16. You go 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have it. This is very rough. I'm building out my studio right now. I will have all the proper tools you would use to use this, because this is terrible. You use a stick rule, and you need a longer straight edge, and I would say a longer piece of paper, so you can, I had to use 2 pieces of paper for that, but it doesn't really matter. But you want to be neat, and I hope you found this informative, and stay tuned for more. I kind of cover a range of everything from math to weld cutouts to welding. I'm pretty multifaceted in my trades, plural. And like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.